Today we're going to be discussing flock cameras.
I'm going to talk about the flock surveillance camera.
The brighter areas are where the really high density of flock cameras are.
Flock says that their goal is to help investigators solve serious crimes while protecting civil liberties.
The use of flock cameras,
they say, is a concerning form of surveillance.
Pulling out of your driveway, heading to work, picking up groceries. Every time you drive past one of these, it might be logging you and everywhere you go. And these are flock safety cameras, automatic license plate readers, or ALPRs, now installed in thousands of communities across America and probably in one near you.
So as I was making this video, I only intended to inform and be knowledgeable about flock cameras because I haven't made content like that yet. And once I started doing my investigation and research into flock and what they're really about, I found this website and it turned the entire video into something completely different. So I wanted to start the video with that context so you don't think it's just some other drone video, because I'm actually part of it now, I guess. If you go to this website that we'll talk more about, I've been flocked. This is my license plate. And if you enter my license plate into this website, it shows me that two specific police officers, specifically Andre Phelan and Roger Cayley, have been tracking me using the flock technology. So this video is kind of dynamic in the sense where I'm going to inform you about flock technology, but I've also kind of been a target of it myself. So there's that. So much for American freedoms, right? And cut!
Now, they were marketed as a simple crime-fighting tool. Critics from the ACLU, the Electronic Frontier Foundation, and Grassroots groups say they're building something far more powerful and insidious. A nationwide mass surveillance network that tracks your movements without a warrant.
Well, first, it has to be said that this technology is incredibly powerful. It's incredibly powerful to catch suspects and to convict criminals of crimes. It's used every single day, and it's so powerful, it's actually changing the way policing is conducted. It is allowing investigators to generate leads and then to follow up on those leads to quite literally catch rapists, murderers, and then to convict these suspects of those crimes. But it's powerful in anyone's hands. It's powerful in the hands of a good cop, and it's powerful in the hands of a bad cop. And this isn't hypothetical. They're getting arrested virtually every week. There's a new case where they're using it to stalk their exes or a love interest, and even going back in time to track their movements using their official police login to this database.
We're going to get into how they skip around the Fourth Amendment here. In this video, I'm going to break it all down into 4 parts. Exactly what these cameras capture, who controls and operates the systems, the serious constitutional questions they raise, and some practical ways you and your community can attempt to push back.
We're just trying to keep you safe.
The system has helped them arrest violent offenders and recover stolen cars.
An advantage they say is priceless.
Just help them get a dangerous man off the street.
They tracked his car down using flock cameras.
the cameras take a picture of every car that drives by.
All day it's just reading tags.
They're continuously recording.
It's just a tool to help us catch criminals. We're going to catch everyone.
We have cameras everywhere in that town. You can't get a breath of fresh air in or out without us knowing.
Now let's start with what they actually are. Flock safety cameras are not traditional traffic or security cameras. They are specialized automated license plate readers designed to capture detailed information about every vehicle that passes within view, not just suspected criminals. When a car drives by, the motion-activated camera rapidly takes multiple still images, between 6 and 12, I think, and it focuses on the rear. It reads the license plate and uses AI to create what Flock calls a vehicle signature or vehicle fingerprint. This includes make, model, color, distinguishing features like roof racks, trailers, toolboxes, bumper stickers, dents, scratches, wheel type, and more. A lot of critics are pointing out that this goes far beyond basic plate reading. The system can identify vehicles even without visible plates using these unique characteristics. And recent expansions make it even more powerful. Flock has added capabilities for short video clips or even live feeds in some deployments, plus AI-powered natural language search. Instead of just typing a plate number, officers can search for things like white truck with ladder rack, or descriptions that might include occupants or bystanders. Data is uploaded to the cloud, typically AWS, and stored for a default of 30 days before they say it's automatically deleted, unless the local police or policy extends it. The cameras are often solar-powered and cellular connected, making them easy to deploy almost anywhere in America. You probably have one near you. The company Flock emphasizes that they focus on vehicles in public view and do not perform facial recognition on people. However, privacy advocates argue the combination of plate data plus vehicle fingerprint plus location plus time creates a detailed record of people's daily movements and associations, effectively tracking individuals without ever needing to identify their faces. Basically, they find a workaround to say, no, we're not recognizing anybody's face. This is the foundation critics call a dragnet surveillance system, not targeted policing. Sounds like targeted policing to me.
We have cameras everywhere in that town. You can't get a breath of fresh air in or out without us knowing.
Chrisana Elzer learned the power of Flock firsthand.
You were in town from 11:52 until 12:09. Exactly. Like I said, nothing gets in or out of the town without us knowing.
When a Colorado police officer showed up at her door holding Flock snapshots of her truck.
And here's when you left at 12:09. That's when you left town.
To get?
No, to stop at Ridge Trail.
Wait a minute.
And take a package. Well, there's no shushing. I don't need to be.
I need to know where this is.
The first thing he pulled out on the body cam is that Flock picture, the clear photograph of your car.
But here's your vehicle in the neighborhood many, many times, apparently casing houses, because you just can't drive through for work or visit other businesses. You can only be casing houses.
It is her. It is 100%. It is locked in. There is zero doubt. I wouldn't have come here unless I was 100% sure. 100%. It is certain. It is on video. You're obviously welcome to go to court.
Chrisana was charged with stealing a package, but it wasn't her. The porch pirate was somebody else. Multiple times you tried to show him your video evidence. He didn't want to see it.
No, even when I called him back, he said, that's not my job.
You looked at a time of a crime. You saw my vehicle entering in the Flock camera.
No, what I did was, I did an investigation.
You called my wife a liar. You saying this is fact.
I have video evidence. I don't know what you want me to say.
The charges were dropped after Chrisana spent weeks trying to get the police chief to look at her evidence. Time-stamped video from her truck and a neighbor's doorbell camera showing she wasn't at the scene of the crime. What does it say about where we are that you feel you have to have more cameras than the police have in order to make sure you can prove yourself innocent?
It sounds like it flipped the script to you're guilty until you prove yourself innocent.
Without a Flock camera, that detective would not have been at her door. By his own admission, he pulled out the Flock picture of her car. Do you want to apologize to Chrisana Elzer for what happened to her?
For the police misusing the tools?
Another important question to ask is who runs this? Flock Safety is a private company. It's Atlanta-based, founded in 2017, that sells the hardware, software, and maintains the cloud platform. They have contacts with police departments, sheriff's offices, homeowners associations, businesses, and private property owners, now operating in over 5,000 communities across 49 states in the United States. That's a lot. And here's the key part to highlight about all this. While local agencies own the data from cameras in their area, it gets uploaded into Flock's centralized nationwide network. What this means is police in one small town can potentially search data from cameras hundreds or thousands of miles away. Flock provides real-time alerts when a vehicle on the hot list, like a stolen, wanted, or Amber Alert, passes a camera. The system also integrates with nationwide databases like the NCIC. Critics, including the ACLU and EFF, warn of mission creep and misuse, such as data being used for immigration enforcement with local police assisting ICE. EFF analysis of audit logs show dozens of agencies running hundreds of searches tied to protest activity. Searching terms like protest or no kings or specific activist groups. Documented cases include a Texas officer searching nationwide for a woman who had an abortion and reports of officers misusing the system for personal stalking. One Kansas chief reportedly ran hundreds of searches on his ex. The Electronic Frontier Foundation found over 80 agencies using language with harmful stereotypes, like some against Romani people. Flock also has a business network allowing private companies to contribute to hot lists and share insights, and this raises significant fears of corporate-driven surveillance. The company provides transparency portals and audit logs in many places, but critics say oversight is inconsistent and the private company model outsources accountability all the time.
Yeah, the crowd's the product. We are the product.
Jason Hunyar lives in Dunwoody, Georgia. The Atlanta suburb was an early Flock customer with cameras all over town.
Dunwoody shares with over 1,000 external agencies all of our data.
So he filed records requests with the city for Flock's audit logs. Despite 30 records requests, you don't know who's watching you and your family in Dunwoody in other agencies and what they're looking for.
Correct.
Every time somebody logs in and tries to perform a search in Flock, it is cataloged. And that's there in an audit log that's immutable. So there's public accountability in this.
They gave you an estimate of over $500,000 for you as a resident of Dunwoody to see records of the system they're using to surveil you.
Yes. Just to see who is looking at our data.
Who monitors the camera footage?
Hunyar went to city council with the limited Flock audit records Dunwoody gave him.
And there's 2 agencies that are on there that are literally labeled delete and do not use.
Nobody from Flock Safety is accessing or monitoring your footage. Once again, I have evidence of Flock employees looking at parks, schools, playgrounds.
The audit logs also showed Flock executives watching private cameras inside the city's Jewish Community Center, which the mayor confirmed.
And this brings us to the biggest legal fight of all of this. Does this violate the U.S. Constitution at all? The Fourth Amendment protects against unreasonable searches and seizures and requires warrants based on probable cause. Critics argue Flock's system creates persuasive, warrantless tracking of people's movements on public roads, something the Supreme Court has increasingly scrutinized. In Carpenter v. United States, a 2018 case, the court ruled that accessing historical cell site location data, which reveals movement over time, is a search requiring a warrant. The Institute for Justice lawyers and others argued Flock's dense network of cameras do something similar. They can reconstruct long-term movement patterns of ordinary people without any suspicion. Another federal lawsuit in Virginia, filed by the Institute of Justice, alleged that the city's large Flock deployment violated the Fourth Amendment by indiscriminately tracking residents. The case survived an early motion to dismiss, with the judge noting similarities to Carpenter. However, later rulings in that case and others, including Virginia appeals, have generally upheld ALPR's use on public roadways, saying there is no reasonable expectation of privacy in license plate visibility to anyone. And frankly, I'd have to agree with that, but the problem isn't just license plate visibility, it's the cameras tracking your movement and creating a pattern of things like that for the government to use. It's not just the license plate. It's the aggregate data across the network that creates a comprehensive dossier of someone's life, where they go, who they associate with, and their routines.
The Institute for Justice has filed a federal lawsuit against the city over its prolonged, warrantless surveillance of the entire driving public. So, 2 people are involved in this. Lee Schmidt and Crystal Arrington live in and around Norfolk, Virginia. Like most ordinary people, they've got daily routines, work, church, trips to the store, visiting family, school pickups, and so on. And like most regular people, they don't like the thought of somebody following them around and watching their entire move. Now, the cameras aren't following them, but the cameras are, as we say, ubiquitous. They're everywhere. So when you go around in that town The cameras are recording what you're doing and taking note. So in 2023, the city installed over 172 cameras around town. These are not your standard traffic cameras. They are strategically placed to capture everybody's daily travel. Straight up surveillance. Set to watch 24/7 as people go about their lives. As the police chief explained, it would be difficult to drive anywhere, any distance, without running into a camera somewhere.
The Electronic Frontier Foundation and the ACLU have documented searches tied to protest monitoring and argue the lack of a warrant requirement for database queries enables fishing expeditions, and I have to agree with that. Flock and many courts maintain that capturing publicly visible information on public roads is constitutional and that the technology helps solve serious crimes. The debate continues in courts, legislatures, and communities, with some states passing limits on retention, sharing, or requiring warrants for certain uses, which is good. Now, if you're concerned, you're not alone. And there are some concrete steps people are taking successfully that I found online. One of them is map and avoid them. You can use dflock, dflock.org or maps.dflock.org. It's a crowdsourced map of tens of thousands of these cameras. You can plan privacy-friendly routes around them, and there's even an app for reporting new ones, if you're really paranoid. And you can check to see if you've been searched. Visit haveibeenflocked.com to see audit logs and trends and how the data is being used against you. Oh, sitting here in post-production, and I'm actually looking up some of these websites that I'm going to leave in the description for you, so you have some resources. And I got curious myself about haveibeenflocked.com. So I went to haveibeenflocked.com, and wouldn't you know it, I have been flocked. Like a lot. Here, let me show you. Here is the Have I Been Flocked website, and there's a nice little toolbar on the side. You can check some things out over here, but go to plate lookup and click right here. My license plate used to be direct D. Go there and you type in my license plate. And oh shit. 4 results of 14 total. Check this out. We have the Gilbert, Arizona Police Department looking me up as recent as 6/3/25. That's great. Gilbert Police Department again in 2024. Oh, and then we have the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office looking me up in 2024 and in 2023. Yeah. So this is very real. The police are using this non-governmental business to search for you. That should alarm you. I would suggest that you get on this website. There's a link for it down in the description. Look your license plate up. See if you have cops tracking you. You can thank me in the comments for putting you onto this website and making you more aware. You're welcome. You can demand transparency. You can file public records requests for contacts, use statistics, audit logs, and search reasons. Attend city councils and police oversight meetings, at a minimum. And then there's always legislative pressure. You can contact your local representative about bills limiting ALPR's uses. Some states, like Washington, have already added some safeguards. And if you're going to contact them, you should probably reference that there are already states doing that.
I was kind of not a fan to see the flock cameras come into my own town, especially right near my own house.
The big concern, the camera is being used to track people and an invasion of privacy. The sheriff's office says, though, that was never their use or intention, and said the only thing they could be used for were specific cases.
The deputies are required to have a case to justify the search, and they are to, and I will review that every 3 months and to make sure that the justification is there.
Under Sheriff Tracy Wyckoff championed the idea and used county funds and grant money to have them installed.
For us, yeah, it's been successful.
He says they've been used to help solve crimes or locate a missing person. The images were only available by request and approval to Washington agencies, not federal and not the public. But a recent Washington State Superior Court ruling changed everything, declaring that the flock camera images are public records. That means anyone from anywhere can request them.
The concern with the public here is that they feel like their information is being exposed to us unnecessarily, but now people can do records requests for any reason from anywhere and get the same information we had. And that's concerning to us because we're trying to keep this information secure and safe.
The sheriff's office says the cameras have been turned off, but will remain in place for now. Kate Bratosh, who lives at the east end of the county, has been a vocal opponent since day one.
I'm often really worried that companies like Flock Safety are just looking to use small communities like ours to get recurring revenue from, that they don't really offer a service that is going to meet our needs.
And says she's happy to see them turned off.
I am definitely very happy to see them turned off. I hope it's also a great opportunity for us to revisit together kind of like what it is we expect from public safety, but also from privacy and how we can guarantee that to each other instead as members of the community.
Resources like StopFlock.com and ALPR.watch track meetings and provide action guidance. Grassroots wins are happening. Cameras are being removed or heavily restricted in multiple places when communities actually do get organized. So in conclusion, flock cameras represent a powerful new layer of surveillance infrastructure here in the United States. One that a lot of people say quietly erodes privacy while promising safety, which is the classic trope that the United States government has always perpetuated on us, its people. Whether you see them as essential tools or dangerous overreach, the technology is here and it's expanding fast. But I want to know what you think about all of this. Do you think that they're helpful or harmful? Have you seen these in your area? Tell me in the comments. I'll be down there reading. I'm curious to see how prevalent these cameras are. And if you made it this far in the video and you haven't used the like button yet, I would appreciate it if you did that. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a good day.